now we're going to send things over to the Kitchen World Kitchen.
And our guest co-host is in there today. Ed, what are we making in the kitchen today?
All right, guys, we're making homemade pasta with Chef Adam from Sample. Thanks for joining us this morning. Tell us what some of the ingredients are.
Well, for the sauce, we're going to do a little vegetarian puttanesca sauce, which is
healthy.
Healthy.
Good.
Tomato, onion, a little garlic, some black olives,
okay,
Italian parsley, and a little bit of capers.
It seems like olives are kind of the main ingredients, a little bit Mediterranean feel.
Absolutely.
If you don't want to use olives, what can you use?
Just leave them out. I mean, basically when you're making a fresh tomato sauce and you're making it very, very quickly, this is all about speed. Put whatever you want in there. Empty the refrigerator, put it in there, cook it for a little while, and you're ready to go.
Seems like you could put a lot of anything in there. So show us how it goes, if you would.
Well, you're gonna heat up your pan, add a little oil, and then all you're doing is cutting up the onion.
And what kind of oil is this?
This is just canola oil. Okay. You don't want to start cooking with olive oil because it burns.
It'll flare up.
Well, yeah, and it burns. So all you're doing is chopping your tomatoes, your onions, your garlic, a little bit of parsley, and you're just cooking it up for a while. And then when we come back, we'll just hit it with a little bit of the olive and the caper because you really don't have to cook it.
All right, so this just simmers here for a little while, and when we come back, we'll have a little bit more, and we'll get to taste this also, right?
Absolutely.
Excellent. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. About 8:26 on this Thursday morning, we're here with Chef Adam making homemade pasta. Now we're going to actually make the pasta. Show us how it's done.
It's actually really easy. You know, if you look on the website, I talk about making a bowl out of flour.
Okay, yeah,
and that's what this is. You know, the only way I've ever made pasta is right on the table.
Oh my gosh, so you actually put everything inside of this flour bowl.
Egg, a little salt.
Okay.
A little water.
And do you mix it up at all?
Yeah, we're going to mix it right here, just like if it was in a mixing bowl.
Okay.
But this way, you can kind of control everything. All you need is a fork. You blend it up.
And then do you put the flour
in? And then the trick is from the inside.
Oh, wow.
You start bringing your flour in.
You know, only a professional would know how to do something like this.
I'll tell you what, I have 3 kids at home, 8, 5, and 2, and they all make it right to the house. Anyone can do it. It's like playing with Play-Doh.
Oh, good point, good point. Okay, so eventually you bring it all in.
Going.
Sure. And
what you end up with is dough.
Oh, okay. So it actually feels like pizza dough.
It's like pizza dough. It's like Play-Doh, and then you can pretty much do whatever you want with it. We're gonna end up cutting fettuccine and putting it in the pasta, but from here you could do anything. You could roll it out as sheets and make ravioli. You can make any shape you wanted to.
Awesome. So do we put it in now?
Yeah, we can put it right in.
Okay, so can I...
All you have to do is kind of go a little bit like this, just so it fits in.
Okay.
And then just wind it up. It'll come out this side.
Wow, okay, so it's really flat, really thin, it looks like.
And that's all you do. In any kind of pasta machine you have, you always start going number by number, thinner and thinner and thinner until it gets to the thickness that you want.
All right.
So you can put it in again, and we just keep going until we get it to the perfect thickness.
Oh, there it goes. Okay, wow, that's incredible.
It'll keep getting thinner and thinner.
Wonderful. All right, when we come back, we're actually going to make more of this dish, and we'll have more with Chef Adam from Sample coming up in just a little while. So excited to have Chef Adam here from Sample. I'm jacketless right now. We're ready to get down and dirty. Let's go. Show us how to make this homemade pasta dish. What's the next step?
All right, well, so this is what the sauce looks like now. The tomatoes cooked down. We put the olives in, the parsley.
Very colorful.
Very colorful. Very light, though, too. You know, not really, really heavy, really healthy and ready to go.
Okay.
So what we're going to do here is this is the sheet of pasta that we rolled earlier.
Right, very thin.
Now we're going to cut it. Every attachment's different.
Okay.
We're going to make fettuccine.
It looks like this is a little bit, obviously fettuccine is a little bit of a thicker strand.
Exactly.
But you also have the attachment here for the thinner ones.
Right, this would be like spaghetti, or you can buy different ones and have all different types. Or like I said before, you could roll it, do it by hand, have the kids play with Play-Doh, and you can do it that way.
Okay, so let's roll it out.
All right, so all we're going to do is we're going to crank this through, and it cuts it itself.
Oh,
and
wow, look at that.
It's the easiest thing in the world to do.
So how long does this whole process actually take if we were going to do this from start to finish?
Start to finish, really? I mean, it should probably take you about 20 minutes.
Okay, not bad at all. So really, if you're coming home from work, it's a really easy dish to come up.
Oh, absolutely. And we'll talk later about how you can save it.
Wonderful.
But that's it.
Okay, so...
It cuts through. It's really, really nice. You don't have to worry about, like, all the flour that's on there because that flour is going to come off when you put it in the boiling water.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so it kind of simmers a little bit in there for a little while.
Absolutely. So the big thing when you're cooking fresh pasta is, though, it's not, you know, that whole 8 to 10 minutes, like, dry pasta.
Right, you don't want it al dente or whatever.
You know, you're going to put it in there, and it's going to take about 2 minutes to cook, and you're ready to go.
Perfect. So at what point do we put that into the water?
We're going to put it right into the boiling water. Perfect. Remember always to salt your water.
Right. What does that do? How does the salt help?
Salt is flavor.
Oh.
So this is where we can incorporate that flavor in there instead of, you know, just putting salt in at the end as an afterthought. When the salt is in the water, it's going to incorporate and get inside of the dough.
Do you want to throw other spices in there also at this point?
At this point, no. I would use, I would wait for the sauce to do that. And when it comes out, this is what it looks like. I mean, it looks like
very fresh,
very nice pasta.
I don't know if tender is the right word, but it kind of looks like it's
tender. It's not going to have like that same, al dente, is from the tooth. It's not going to have that same bite as a dry pasta would.
It smells delicious.
But here, we're just going to...
Look at that. He's like Emerald. Can we bam a little bit?
I don't know if I'm like Emerald.
No, okay. All right, well...
We can bam, though. You want,
okay. Yeah, I want to bam. I want to do something to...
I don't have anything to bam. Here, bam some more olives in there.
Okay, cool. I'll take some in my hand right here.
You got to say it loud, though.
Bam!
There it is.
Perfect. All right.
Now it's the perfect pasta. Now, a nice trick is when if your pasta is getting like it looks a little bit dry.
Do you want to add more water?
You take a little bit of that pasta water because the pasta water has all that flavor in there.
Excellent. So how long does this actually sit in the pan?
I like to toss it, maybe like for a minute. That's all you need to do.
Okay, wow. So it really is an easy dish.
It's quick, it's easy, and again, it's light.
We were talking before we came back to this segment that you use fresh products and try as hard as you can to buy locally. How important is that for you and for this dish?
Well, it's important in the fact that it's not really a new concept. It's the way that everybody used to eat. It's the way our parents ate, and it's the way, more likely than not, our grandparents ate. You eat what's in season, you eat what looks nice, you eat what you can see.
Sure.
So, that's what we try to do. As much as possible, during our growing season in Western New York, we have a plethora of, a huge bounty. And
it really helps our local economy, too, which, helps everyone out, ultimately. We hear this simmering. How long do we let this simmer?
We're ready to go.
Okay, perfect. And now you're just plating it up, standard plate, nothing too special.
Put it right in there, nothing too fancy.
Okay.
And then just maybe a little bit of shaved Parmesan Reggiano cheese.
And this will obviously melt on top. It's really hot.
Oh, it's beautiful. I mean, this is it. This is your dinner. Really quick, really fun, and like I say, really, really fresh.
This looks like one plate for one person.
Right.
How much more dough or how much more of the ingredient would you need to make it for a family of four, say?
The recipe that's on the website will be enough to make it for about a family of four, family of five, this size portion, which is, to me, I think the right portion.
And that's available on your website, and it'll also be available on ours, WIVB.com or ringingit.tv. When we come back, we'll get a... In this day and age, a lot of us are making dinner for a lot of people and freezing it for the next couple of days, maybe even the next week. Chef Adam from Sample here with us. Tell us how to freeze the pasta or how to preserve the pasta for another helping.
One of the best things about fresh pasta is that you can freeze it. So after you roll it and after you cut it, what you want to do is just kind of portion it into the, into the bowl that you're going to serve it into.
Okay.
Get a cookie sheet, a lot of flour on there, and then you're making little mounds of pasta. Wherever, whatever size you want, whatever portion size you want.
So you don't want to make the entire dish, you want to just make the pasta then and freeze the pasta.
Absolutely. Then all you have to do, put it in the freezer, let it freeze overnight, and now it's going to be individually frozen.
Okay.
For your portion size. Put it in a Ziploc bag.
My next question.
And then you're ready to go. Anytime you want pasta, instead of cooking dry pasta, go in there, for one portion, grab a Ziploc bag, put it in the water, and you're good to go.
And that's all you really have to do is put it in the water, and it's just like a fresh meal.
Right out of the freezer, it'll be fine.
And again, that recipe only took about 20 minutes to make from start to finish, which is really just no time for anyone who's coming home from, the soccer moms out there to the working dads or the working moms. Working professionals always love a quick and easy meal.
Sure.
Again, that recipe is always available on our website, WIVB.com, and ringingittv.com also. Amelia and Laura are going to come in. We've been tasting this, and it was so good, you guys. I have to tell you, Chef Adam is the man. You have to taste this pasta.
My grandma makes homemade pasta, and I'll come over whenever she says she's making it. It's like, I'm there.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. It's like a comfort food. You've got to love pasta.
And Sample has a little outdoor area, and with the weather getting warmer, right, it would be...
Yeah, we're getting very excited. We have a little sidewalk cafe, and you can kind of sit and people watch on Allen Street, which is...
I love people watching. That's my favorite activity to do. I think I have no hobbies because I love news so much, but people watching is definitely up on the list. I know, I'm a big dork.